All right, yo, what's going on? So I just wanted to come on here real quick and just talk a little bit about just learning when it comes to music, when it comes to other creative things. I just got off a call with a good friend. And I think something that's important to keep in mind when it comes to approaching learning is if you're like, I'm gonna just use music as an example, right? If you're learning a song, if you're learning an intro, if you're learning something, it's best to learn things in its original, like the way it was originally written. Learn that. If you're in music, learn the chord progressions, learn the intro detail the same way it is on the record, right? If you're creative in like photography or design, design the logo exactly the way it's designed. Either way, just try to get things originally the way it was supposed to be. Once you're able to figure out things in its origin, that's when you can start to become creative in terms of, okay, I just learned this intro and how the person who played the song would approach it. How would I approach it? And that's where things get to open up for you, where it's like, bump that. This is what I want to do. Just take it, change it, play what feels right to you, what's coming to you in that moment. You play that. And then what you try to do is fuse the two in the sense of maintaining the integrity of the song while also adding your unique like thumbprint to whatever it is, the intro, the play, or whatever it is. That's great. I think an issue right now that we might find is there's just so much information out there. There's too much information out there. A lot of younger creatives, and I'm young too, so it's like I'm speaking to myself, I'm speaking to my brothers, and speaking to people younger and older than me. But I think something that it's easy to struggle with is not really finding your sound in the sense of like digging into like whatever it is that you're learning to the degree that you need to in order for you to build that sound. I know that was a weird sentence, but hear me out. For example, like right now, sometimes I'll go through a YouTube tutorial and I can't even make it like 2 minutes in, right? I'll take whatever one or two chords I might have heard and I will just like press and play those two chords in every key, in every shape. And I'll find a way to expound on those two chords. If I'm playing in different services, I'll use them. If I'm playing in different recordings, subtly, of course, I'll use them just for the idea of just stretching and figuring out, okay, I'm kind of cool with this before I can really start to bring out, okay, this is my approach to these one or two chords. Because I feel like the information out there right now is a lot. Like I grew up in a time where there wasn't any YouTube. There were just like musicians or creatives that you would literally sit in the space that they are in. And once you leave that space, that's it. There's no recording. There's no video footage. Maybe you might have some notes that you wrote down. But outside of that, you don't really have anything. So it requires you to really be attentive. And the reality is like you're going to meet so many different creatives. You're going to meet so many different people who are doing well in spaces that you want to also excel in. But when you encounter those people, you're not going to walk away with like 10, 15 things. Sometimes it's going to be one or two things that you're going to use and leverage that's going to change your workflow, that's going to change your perspective when it comes to creativity, when it comes to music, when it comes to whatever it is. And sometimes that's enough. I don't think we're called to be influenced by, a whole plethora of people. I think there's going to be certain people it's going to be divine time. In my opinion, it's going to be divine timing that you're going to encounter these people. You're going to hear the exact words that are going to push your thinking into the certain space or a certain concept that'll get you to really catch what God is trying to show you in that moment to really expound your skills. I'm saying all this just to, again, just give insight and also just challenge us. Like, let's not settle in our creative processes. Let's branch out. Let's learn from each other. But above all that, you really need to spend time learning personally yourself, and not always like learning so many things, but sometimes taking one thing and dissecting it and turning it 5 different ways, 6 different ways. Sometimes that's really how you're going to be able to, get what you need to get out of what it is that you're learning and being able to apply it and put, again, your personal thumbprint on that thing. Shout out to good friends that have, we have great conversations and we're able to have different discoveries and different like thoughts and findings like we're doing right now. But yeah, that's it, man. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you guys soon.